Hey you, I'm so glad you came by. I have a surprise for you. I finished a sketchbook, and that means a sketchbook tour. And this is a special sketchbook too, but we'll talk about that more a little bit later. Let's dig in and see what exciting things are in store for you. All right, folks, this baby right here is one of the most fun sketchbooks I think I've ever done. It was so fun. I started with some ideas, trying to use color more and really try to just have some kind of fun with it and experiment a bit. So you'll see there's a lot of experimentation going on. What I always start with is a self-portrait. So if you have been watching these videos, I think you'll agree that it's kind of like me. Then I have really been trying my hand at experimenting with I call it Zen landscapes. So just basically watercolor and pen, and I think that's pretty neat. And I've been really trying to work my mojo on getting, watercolors working a little bit. Well, I mean, I'm already using them every day, but I mean, using them in different ways. So this was, again, kind of like, I think of this kind of like playing the scales on my violin. So just working on some basics. I really like this. And by the way, these are all with my one and only watercolor palette that I have, which is the Mia or Himi watercolor palette that I did the review on. So you can see the colors are super vivid. I love it. These are just experiments and fun. This is someone meditating and I think having kind of a, you call it kensho. Well, it's like a small enlightenment. Pretty cool. Some abstract experimentation. And this sketchbook, by the way, is my moleskin. It's my go-to. Look at the colors. Those are awesome. Someone meditating. And again, experimenting. Just having fun. This is kind of an abstract depiction of thought in meditation. Just bubbles drifting and blowing around. And this, I had a dream I was in a blizzard. And that's what this is. Try not to skip pages. Oh, and this is from a dream too. That's Vanamoinen, which is in Finnish mythology. And I'm not Finnish. I love these watercolors. I love these landscapes too. But these watercolors, look at the color. Jeez, man. That's pretty neat, if I do say so myself. A lot of times I just try to have some fun. And that is what this was. And here I really start to experiment with some of my, you'll see there's a similar motif through the sketchbook, which is a lot of Zen-inspired watercolor. Lots of animals meditating and animals just being. So when you're time crunched, you don't need to spend a lot of time. This, I remember I had a very busy day, and it's just a line drawing of a face of Buddha with some color added, which I think is pretty neat. Oh, this is Jizo. Another cat. Isn't that the cutest thing? Oh my lord. Look at the eyes and the nose. Super cute, if I do say so myself. I'm just playing around and having fun with things. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Don't get too heavy on yourself. Just create and just have fun. I love the pandas. I did a few of them in this sketchbook, actually. I'm Canadian, and I did this one on Remembrance Day. That's a poppy, obviously. If you don't know what Remembrance Day is, well, sorry. Another panda. I really like this one. One of my abstracts. I love my abstracts. I do abstract stuff every day. Like I said, lots of meditating and or I suppose levitating animals. So a levitating, meditating fox. Trying my hand at minimalist stuff. This went on for a few days. I was a little disappointed with this one when I did it, but now I love it, which is kind of funny and ironic. Another cat. I don't think I'd ever done a cat until I did this sketchbook, to be honest with you. Not very many of them. And a flamingo, I definitely haven't done. I live in Canada. We don't have flamingos. I do have a thing for birds, as you can tell. That's pretty decent. All watercolor, folks. So all of you detractors on the Himi watercolor palette, as you can see, pretty awesome color. I really like this one. This was from a dream as well. I was somewhere and I saw this glacier outside of a window and I decided to paint it, which is always a good idea, by the way. Listen to your dreams and paint them. Dog. Elephant. If you can't tell what an elephant looks like. Tortoise or tortoise, depending on where you live. And then I tried to do pocket. I don't know that I was so happy the day that I did it. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but I kind of love it now. It's very minimalist, just paint and line. And there's the bee that I did for that very first how to draw that I had so many people complaining that I talk too much. You know what? If you're watching this and you're one of these people that doesn't want to hear me talking, you're better off going somewhere else. I talk. That's all of us do. If you want silent films, there's this guy named Charlie Chaplin. I dig this one. This is pretty cool. Some of these, I don't know where I get them all. Some of them are just in my head. Some of them are from dreams. Some of them I hit the internet and look for inspiration, to be honest with you. Oh, and there's, I did this one as in the sketchbook, and then I did it with all of you guys for one of the how to draw and how to paint in one of my other sketchbooks. Pretty cool. I really like that. More attempts at this Zen minimalism, and I tried to use different colors this time. Another neat one. You gotta have birds. If you have a landscape, you gotta have birds. This one, I wasn't quite sure when I was doing it or when I had finished it, but now I look at it and I absolutely love it. I can't even remember where I got the idea from. Probably the internet or something I saw, or I have no idea. Don't be worried about it. Just create. This is the Medicine Buddha. Another one of my landscapes, and as you can see, birds. I really like this one. I really like them all. They're all different days, different vibes, abstract, experimentation, That's Hote, or the Smiling Buddha. This, I remember, goes this way. That's cool. It's a Zen-inspired one as well. Oh, and the apple. Yeah. So this was another one that I did, and then I was like, oh, I should do an apple for the How to Draw. So I did another one of these with all of you and my other sketchbook. But this one, it was actually an apple that I was gonna eat it, and I'm like, what am I gonna paint today? And then I'm like, oh, how about an apple? Good plan. I really like this. And it was delicious. Look at that. I like that. Very neat stuff, if I do say so myself. And this one, very interestingly, it did not look like this as I was doing it. I was trying to do this juxtaposition with beach glass and beach rocks, and it wasn't panning out. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Why don't I do this? So all of these came about half an hour after I finished, and then I just kind of amplified things, and now I really like this. The ocean abstract. Bodhidharma. I love this guy. Look at him. Really good. I love it. Sloth. Maybe I was feeling slothful. And then there's a meditating sloth, because why not? Another meditating Buddha. I love the color in this watercolor set that I've got. Like I said, there's all these people who are like, it's cheap, not good watercolors, and that. It's like, whatever, man. It works for me, and I use it every day. And a mushroom. This was just a kind of experiment. I think I had seen a mushroom somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I've ever drawn a mushroom. So I drew and painted a mushroom. Then back to my Zen minimalism, obviously a horse. And a cat. I love the face. It's like my cat. Looking at me like, what are you doing? Another fun and whimsical experiment. I have a whole bunch of different elements in here, to be honest with you. There is even, if you can see it, a little bit of Van Gogh inspired thing going on there. I'm not going to tell you what, but it's a little bit of me and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I love it. I like the colors. And yet another cat. I should call this the cat sketchbook, maybe. And a raven. Another landscape. Another chilled out Zen painting. What I like about these is they're imperfect. They're outside of the line. They're a moment in time. And I like that. Art shouldn't be perfect. Art should be imperfect. Because we are imperfect and perfect. Christmas Day, I had time to do a candy cane. And then I always end my sketchbooks with a Yoda. So there you go. That is this sketchbook. It was so fun. This was a great sketchbook, and I learned so much about the process and about myself and about creating. And the other thing is this sketchbook is the one that I did while I've been doing this channel. So this is important to me, and it might be important to you because this is kind of, well, the beginning of our journey together if you've been here with me. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to see your sketchbook. And if you don't keep one yet, do it, because you'll have something as cool as this. So there you go. Finished another sketchbook, and that means I've got another one ready to go. I'm pretty excited to see where this one's going to take me. So I hope you're excited about where your sketchbook can take you. It's an important thing to, examine your own life, and your creativity is a big part of your life. So if you haven't started a sketchbook yet, start today. Just find yourself something and stick to it. Every single day you get closer to filling that thing up, and it is a pretty cool feeling, and it's awesome looking back at all the amazing things that you have done and that you have created. Hit like, hit subscribe, and watch some of these videos, and I will see you next time. You take care of yourself, and be a good friend to everything and everyone around you. Take care.